on to you, Leo? So you have the Five of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, King of Swords, High Priestess, the Knight of Wands, the Sun, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, and the Six of Swords. So what I'm seeing here for a lot of you Leos is the Five of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups is about how a lot of you need to understand that a lot of y'all, like I said before in the last reading, a lot of y'all walked away from the difficulties that has to deal with relationships. A lot of y'all still want a relationship, but like a lot of you Leos, I'm just seeing that you're essentially, you don't want to deal with the nonsense, right? You don't want to deal with goofy, overly emotional individuals who end up essentially being a waste of time talking to them, okay? And the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups represents this being a situation where, as a result, a lot of you need to understand that what you've got going on is so much better than what it is that they've got going on, because it shouldn't matter to you what they've got going on. You Leos are in a particular situation right now where this is what the zone, I talked about the zone every now and again, but this is what the zone is about, right? That 4D, 5D, you've moved forward in time and space where things don't really matter to you as far as the useless things that did, right? Paying close attention to the things that do matter to you. And if something is not really bringing you value in a sense of you want to do it, it's for your own spiritual and even more so soulful evolution, then a lot of you are not necessarily with all of that. So no one can really get you out of your element at this point. The King of Swords and the High Priestess represents, again, it represents, number one, a lot of you Leos, like I said, y'all are going to have a lot of your, a lot of people interested all up in your business, wondering about what it is that you're doing at this time. But the King of Swords and the King of Swords and the High Priestess represents, but at the same time, you won't really care because you're so busy in your own bag thinking about what it is that you have to do. A lot of you Scorpios are not really going to care. Excuse me. A lot of you, see, that's what I'm talking about. You Leos, I ended up saying Scorpio because it goes to show you the level of intensity that how much it is a lot of you Leos is essentially just paying attention to your life to the point where it almost reminds me of you Leos being a Scorpio. So sorry about that. But the Knight of Wands and the Sun is about, again, the Knight of Wands is about how people going to try to do, they see that you're in your zone, right? They talk about the zone. They talk about, you know what I mean? That experience that you go through when you are like experiencing life, right? From your perspective, and that you understand things from other people's perspective, but other people's emotions are not going to be so internalized to the point where it weighs you down. Because like I said before, a lot of people who play games, they are weighed down by their own hypersensitivity, right? They're empaths. They're way too sensitive, even for their own good. And as a result, because I just explained what an empath is, because empathy and being an empath are two different things. Because empathy is about you understanding what's going on, but at the same time, you still are able to be compassionate. Empathy is about, depending on who it is and depending on how closely they are, or if you're inspired, you may end up giving back. You may end up giving something to them. It just depends on a particular situation. I'm not saying that you're going to do that every time, because you understand that we all go through things, right? Each and every single one of us goes through things. But being an empath is just basically a code word for taking things way too, just being hypersensitive, because being an empath, you ever notice that a lot of those people who claim to be empaths are very hyper emotional, and the things that they don't seem to They really have a hard time really perceiving reality for what it is. That they are, in essence, right, with practical application, the way that it plays out, right, in an observable universe like this, the way that it plays itself out is they say and do things that are very dirty, very disrespectful when they don't have to, but when someone is juxtapositioning them versus a better way, then they get very sensitive and they start talking about how you are attacking them and being disrespectful. Most people don't even know what disrespect is. Most people want to take disrespect out of context. I'm going to tell you an example of disrespect, Leo. An example of disrespect is stepping on somebody's shoes, bumping into them in the street. And then when a person says, excuse me, you turn, not you, but the person turns their head around and says, watch where it is that you walk in. That's disrespectful. You want to know what's even more so disrespectful than even that? What's disrespectful is the idea that you could be with somebody and the person cheats on you, and then you know that they cheated, and then they still talking about, no, let me explain. That's disrespectful, because you're obviously observing that, and at the same time the person is still trying to convince you that what it is that you are experiencing, what it is that you are witnessing, without curry favor, right? Without skewing the perception of what it is, without false narratives, that what it is that you are observing, what it is that you are experiencing, what it is that you are watching, like a watcher, right? Right, from the Marvel universe, right? The Watchers, right? It's not real. And that's disrespectful. So for them, these people trying to do everything that they can to get in your way, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful, because I want to say to you, Leos, understand that some of you are going to get calls, phone calls. Understand that people are going to want your attention. The sun represents you, Leos. Meaning, and a 10 of Pentacles, meaning the value will go wherever it is that your attention goes. I would suggest you cut off all your friends, because if you really want to be an alpha will abandon their friends to even accomplish their goals. That's part of the reason why it says that it's lonely at the top, is because the things that you are trying to accomplish, the tasks, the responsibilities that you put on yourself, the obligations that one puts on themselves, if it's a huge ask, if it's a huge ask of themselves or a task to do, right? I didn't cuss. I'm just saying an ask of themselves. Then you need to understand that sometimes people will get in the way of that huge task that you're trying to accomplish, especially if those people are not going to teach you anything else to help you get to that accomplishment that you so want to get to prove something to yourself, not to other people. And as a result, a lot of you Leos, I would suggest you do, because ultimately the attention is going to go wherever you want it to, whether it's your friend, new people coming in, telling you that you're beautiful, all this other stuff. I would suggest you Leos abandon everybody and don't talk to them still continue to work on what it is that you got. You have to be selfish. You have to be, and this is something that I was realizing a few days ago, that you have to be selfish. You have to put yourself first. The 10 of Wands and the 6 of Swords represent, and now what? This is about how a lot of you Leos also too leave anybody that's trying to come in at this time. That's my suggestion. Now, of course, you Leos can do whatever it is that you want, but I'm just making a suggestion. So let's clarify some cards. Let's clarify the sun. You have the King of Swords, the 2 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. So this is about how a lot of you, the King of Swords, the 2 of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, wow. This is just all of this stuff is just attention on you. King of Swords, right? King of Swords from the minor arcana is Aquarius. So that's you. Your opposite, I should say. But this is everyone. Look at how the other three cards are paying attention to you. You see? The other three. This is you, and how the other three cards are paying attention in your direction. Because this goes to show you how much people want your attention. And it'll be up to you and your own power and your own responsibility to make certain decisions. Like, nah, I don't really want to hang out with you. Nah, I don't want to go out on a date. Nah, you know, when it comes to my friends and stuff like this. And a lot of your friends are going to get mad. But the thing about it is that if your friends don't understand it, if your friends don't respect it, then it is what it is. You're going to have to learn to let them go. Because real friends understand that, hey, you know, we essentially got to grow apart. You know, and this is why it is that I ultimately say that even when it comes to even relationships, let's talk about relationships. Even when it comes to relationships, people have to find something that they have in common, so that see, this is what I'm talking about. So many people want to be a rebel without a cause. So many people want to be these rebels. So many people want to act like they no one can tell them what to do, and they're so special, and everybody, they're doing their own thing, and they're so extra special. Things that people have in common is what actually makes the relationship stronger. Reason why, let's just say a lot of you Leos are into music. Y'all are heavily into music, right? And y'all are rappers. A lot of y'all are rappers. Who are you gonna have next to you, right? If the person is not really willing to give up on their dreams a little bit and make that sacrifice, you know, the type of people that are gonna be able to get along with you as a relationship and go with you, the types of people that are very passionate about music as well. Maybe they could DJ. Maybe, you know, they could be a producer, right? And you have one particular producer, because back in the days, because I, you know, was doing a little bit of research on the history of hip hop. Back in the days, the DJ, aka their producer, they only had one producer, one DJ that they rock with, that they put on a payroll. You understand what I'm saying? And they would rock with that one producer, aka DJ. And it's the same situation that it should be, but it's not practiced still to this day. Now, a lot of y'all may be saying, well, but I thought you said don't get involved with the person that you are in the same industry with. Don't get involved with a person that you don't have any kind of compatibility with, and the two of you just happen to be in the same industry, whatever industry it is, whatever profession it is. Get involved with a person that you already have chemistry with, that are already just as passionate about it as far as whatever the two of you have, before the two of y'all find out that this is what y'all into. So that way y'all build that connection first, because you want to find out a little bit of who they are first before you find out about their profession. And if you and them have things in common, now the two of y'all have a lot of things in common that the two of y'all can get into. Spirituality, music, whatever it is, science, whatever it is. That's why it is that I say that a lot of times when the two of you have things in common with one another, that's a sign that the two of y'all probably should be in a relationship, because it makes the relationship that much more easy for the two of y'all to actually be in, considering the fact that the two of y'all already have something to talk about. If one person, and I'm gonna clarify the Six of Swords. If one of y'all are in a situation where one of y'all are working at Starbucks, and you're working at, you know, SpaceX or something like this, you know, Elon Musk, you know, SpaceX or something like this. Unless the person at Starbucks understands astrophysics, you understand what I'm saying? And imagine trying to create a conversation where the two of y'all are excited about astrophysics. You know, one of y'all are excited about coffee. The other one is excited about astrophysics. So the two of y'all have to have things in common with each other for the two of you to actually create this relationship. So then when you, to clarify the Six of Swords, you have the Tower, the Temperance, the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. Again, and when someone else comes in, it's almost like the Tower, the Temperance. When someone comes in, right? Because a lot of people are coming in, it'll almost be like a burden to you, Leos, where it's almost annoying, because now it's like, oh my gosh, like why is it that this person is really in a situation where you, Leos, why are they so attached to you, especially when you, Leos, are focusing on what you have to do? The Page of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, living your life as single. The Page of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, again, it goes to show you that there is no shortage of options. That's why I try to tell y'all that all of that, the person doesn't have any options. Well, it depends. If a person doesn't really have any options, then they may want to travel. And if they don't want to travel and they don't have any options, then it's time for you to change. A lot of times people don't really want to change, you know? People want, because people's egos are too big. And that's the very same reason why it is that it's their downfall. Huge egos, and you don't want to listen. You want to play hard-headed, okay. But for you, Leos, a lot of you Leos are doing your thing. You're not really too preoccupied with relationships. You're having fun. You're living your life. And I say good on y'all. That's what it is that you Leos should have been doing. That's what we should all really be doing. You know what I mean? And if you want to speak to people, get to know them, try to see what they are about, there's no harm in that either. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. As of right now, have 6,594 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.